Okay, hello there. So, I have a question here. Question is how to use the machine. Machine is um it's like yeah, not that big, and you can put it in your computer. Usually, it works on a Windows machine and I prefer to use only on Intel machines. Intel 5, Intel 7, 3 also works fine. So I will say use Intel machine and then install Windows, Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows, it doesn't matter. Then you can put it the headphone or you can place it in a box, this kind of box, where you can put DNA of someone. Then you place something in, and then you start the machine. You start the login. Let's say we make a new card. Let's say blah blah. Middle name, date of birth is important to be like it is. I'll just say here August and age, let's say 2000. Male, gender, okay, blood, you can go with some of those, but it doesn't have to be. So blood type is important, but it doesn't have to be. You can also scan a lot of people without knowing what the blood is, blood type. Then you go click select. You can also say here what the problem is. Then you can go and proceed. After that, you can select, you have a scanning type here. You have standard, detailed, ultra micro. This means only how much of those things you want to test. First time I tested all of them. Second time I know what the problem is. Then I take only what I need to scan. So first time, let's say I would go for ultra micro. I will say then select all and then start scanning. Right now it takes a lot of time, like 2.5 hour. But if you go with the hair of nail or some DNA, then the client doesn't have to be there, or you, if you scan yourself, you don't have to put the headphones on your head. So that's fine. That's fine if you take your hair or somewhere something and put it inside, and then it will scan it all. All right. What we have to do right now is I'll just take one example. Take a head and start screening. We have right now problem with oh yeah, with bioconductor. I didn't put right inside right jack. So right now I will have to abort. Okay, exit, and research is not done. So I will select again and say start screening. And right now it did a scan of this part. So now I can go and research what the problem is. Click on that, click on the photo, and then test. And here you can see everything. Usually at the beginning I select pathology and microorganisms, then I adjust all, and then I see if there is a problem. I see now there is not much of a problem, but if there was, this would be like 0.001, and then I will have, I don't know, whatever. And then I can click on it, do the absolute model, auto model, and then also I can go and test if this is really bothering me, because sometimes you have here a problem, but if you go and test it and analyze it, sometimes that problem is not even bothering me. So I can go now at the comparative analysis and see that no reaction actually. But okay, this is not even the problem for me. We didn't find anything. So what machine can do, this is the idea and how to use machine. After let's say we found the problem, we can go and do the meta correction and say start 3-time fixing, and then it will also live show how does it repair. Okay, what kind of problems will it address? There are many problems that can be addressed, and like we saw in the test, let's say you didn't find any pathology or any microorganism that caused the problem, then you can go and find in Bach flowers, or you can go to the emotion and see if there is a problem. You can also go and also find organopreparates or allopathy, what the doctors are using, and then you can see also test if that helps. Of course, you can work with doctor and then use those things. Then you have also homeopathy. You can see if that's working, and then also what you can do is reprint this frequency in the water or alcohol, and then take those drops of alcohol of water. So on your question, what kind of problem will we address? A lot of things that you can find. So also there are many other topics. There are like 5,000 or 2,000 topics that you can use, and I usually use only a couple of them because they are a lot. Okay. How long should it be used to address the problem? Depends on. Usually we take 5 till 10 therapies with a day and in between as a rest, and then usually it takes recovery, but as I can see as my own let's say what I saw is that for some people it works well, it heals, and for some it takes more time. And for others, there are a couple of other things that you could go with. You can, let's say, the find you can go with the frequencies, but also you can go with emotions and see if there is the problem. So, but I want to say, it can find the problem, it can resolve the problem, but there's also one thing that people have to take also own responsibility and own things that they came. Then okay, I have to. Let's say, okay, you find the problem, you do the therapy, and there is improvement. Of there is it did solve the problem, but there's also times that it doesn't solve the problem, and then you have to also see at emotional level or somewhere deeper than only physical level. And of course the eat what you should eat, and the water, and what kind of water do you drink, and all those kind of factors that also have influence on the health. Okay, does address the problem with the gut, heavy metals issues. Yes, you can go into the gut, scan the gut, and see what the problem is. Heavy metals, yes, there is also here trace heavy metal things. You can search in somewhere here, or we can search like heavy metals, and then you click on it, and then it should appear here, and then you can click and see if there any heavy metal is. Now I see it's all about one, so it's not a problem. So you can address it. Then what kind of other problems it can solve? Oh, there are many things, like I said here in topics you can find, and then yeah, try to solve the problem. Okay, so this is my short introduction, and I will post this, and then you can see it online.